Paris is one of the most popular destinations in Europe. Honestly, we're not surprised. It's hands down one of the most beautiful places we've ever been to, and we travel there a lot. You're probably wondering, when's the best time to visit Paris? Should you go in the summer with the sunny skies and bigger crowds, or in autumn with the cozy fall colors and unpredictable weather? Well, spoiler alert, we're team autumn all the way. And in this video, we're going to tell you exactly why. We'll give you the ultimate guide to planning your trip to Paris in the fall, covering everything from what to do and eat to how to dress and what to expect. Be sure to watch until the end because we've listed some great places for the perfect photo ops. Autumn in Paris is full of surprises, especially when it comes to the weather. One minute it's all blue skies and the next it's raining cats and dogs. If you're planning to explore the city on foot, which you absolutely should because it's the best way to take in all the sights, be ready for both sunshine and showers. Do not trust the weather apps. We recently went to Paris and the forecast said there wouldn't be a drop of rain. But as we were enjoying our macarons in the Tuileries gardens, as one does, it suddenly started drizzling. Luckily it didn't rain, otherwise we would have been left with wet clothes and wet macarons, which is obviously not fun. So our tip, keep a small umbrella tucked in your bag and dress in light layers. It doesn't get too cold, so you can leave the heavy winter gear at home. But you'll want to wear layers you can easily peel off at a moment's notice, especially after all the walking warms you up. Although we suggest walking as much as possible, sometimes you'll need to take public transport. If you do, the metro is a great way to get around. It may sound daunting, but it is quite easy to figure out with the Bonjour RATP app. Open the app, add your starting point and destination, and it calculates the route for you and gives you a ton of info like which direction to go to, when the next train arrives, which carriage is closer to the exit, how busy it is, and more. You can also buy your tickets directly on the app and use your phone to scan your tickets without even unlocking your phone. Quick tip, metros are a great and affordable way to get around the city, but be very mindful of pickpockets. There are quite a lot of them in Paris, so beware of your belongings at all times. There is also an app for the rare train. This one you're going to want for day trips or going from or to the airport. It also calculates the route for you, tells you if there are any disturbances on the line, etc. And it works just like the Metro app by letting you purchase your tickets and use your phone to scan the ticket. Keep in mind, both apps do not let you buy tickets for multiple people. Each person needs their own phone or physical ticket. And one last thing about getting around, the train from the airport is about 12 euros per person. But if you're traveling with a group, a Bolt, like Uber, from the city center costs around 30 euros. So splitting the cost of a ride share might actually work out better. And it's definitely more convenient when carrying heavy luggage. If you're after those gorgeous autumn colors and want proper fall vibes, then plan your visit for October, especially mid to late October. That's when the trees are at their best. By mid-November, most of the leaves have already fallen and the city takes on a winter feel. Paris is huge, so there are plenty of outdoor activities when you happen to have really good weather in autumn. So first on our list is to treat yourself to some macarons from Café Concerto in the Carousel Mall connected to the Louvre. You don't need tickets to get in, and it's where we've had the best macarons of our lives. But more on that later. Then take a peaceful walk through the Tuileries garden, which is unreal this time of year. Another must-see is the Luxembourg Gardens. We recommend grabbing a coffee and croissant at Cordelia's Coffee and Flower Shop in Saint-Germain. It's a 20-minute walk from the gardens. They have the most delicious matcha and chai latte served in beautiful floral to-go cups. The gardens are especially lovely in autumn, and there's a nearby flea market at Place Saint-Sulpice where you can walk around or buy some unique vintage items. Of course, you cannot go to Paris without seeing the iconic Eiffel Tower. It is amazing during the day, but nothing beats the sparkling at night. During autumn, the first sparkle is around 8 p.m. and then every hour and lasts exactly 5 minutes. The best place to see the Eiffel Tower is from the top of the Arc de Triomphe. We recommend going just before sunset, which is around 7 p.m. in October, and staying up there and to enjoy the view until 8 p.m. when it sparkles. Just keep in mind there are a lot of stairs to go up, and I mean a lot. 284 to be exact. But trust us, it is so worth it, and don't worry, it's definitely doable. Paris also offers many guided walking tours around the city, or specifically around the charming town of Montmartre, so definitely head over to the blog post for more information on that. But what happens when it rains? Which it probably will during autumn in Paris. There are a ton of indoor activities to do. Number one is, of course, the Louvre Museum. If you're visiting the Louvre for just one day, it's best to plan ahead. You can visit this website on the screen for maps and tips to help navigate the museum and save time. If you're staying longer, consider the Paris Museum Pass, which grants access to over 60 museums and monuments without waiting in line. The pass is available for 2, 4, or 6 days and can be purchased through Get Your Guide. We found the museum quite overwhelming at first, and we went on a less crowded slot, which is Monday mornings, and we recommend not having high expectations for the Mona Lisa. She is small and it's hard to get to her through the crowd. But this doesn't mean we don't think you should go. There are some incredible things to see in the Louvre, like the whole den and wing, the Egyptian artifacts, all the Greek statues. It's more than worth it for the price. However, if you just want to look at some pretty art, try the Orsay Museum or the Orangerie instead. This is where you can see all of Monet's famous paintings. Some more things you can do is go up the Montparnasse Tower to see incredible views of the city. Go to a Galeries Lafayette fashion show. We'll talk about what you can do here for free later in the video. Book a dinner river cruise or just a regular river cruise. Go see a show at Moulin Rouge with dinner or just a glass of champagne. Go see a comedy show in English, poking fun at Parisian stereotypes. This is just a small list of all the things that you can do in Paris. Quick tip. Book your activities in advance. A lot of these are very popular, so they'll sell out quickly, and it's always best to travel prepared. On our recent trip, we purchased all of our booked activities way before, and it took a lot of stress off the trip. All of the activities we mentioned in this video will be linked in our blog post and more detailed info, so definitely go check it out after the video. If you're on a budget, there are also a lot of free things that you can do in Paris. There is no need to spend crazy amounts of money. A lot of the time, it's enough just being there, walking around and enjoying the sights. Start by taking a walk through some of the city's famous parks in the Luxembourg Gardens or Tuileries Gardens like we mentioned before. You can also wander through Montmartre and visit the Sacré-Cœur for a breathtaking view of the city. And speaking of views, head up to the rooftop of Galeries Lafayette. It's free and offers an incredible panorama of Paris. Stroll along the Seine, especially as the leaves start to change. If you're into browsing, check out the local flea markets, Marché d'Aligre and Marché aux Puces. You can even book a tour of the Saint-Ouen market to learn about the history and get expert advice on how to shop for vintage items. If you're a book lover, Shakespeare & Company bookstore is a must. Just try to go on a weekday morning to avoid the crowds. Lastly, take a peaceful walk through Père Lachaise Cemetery, where famous figures like Oscar Wilde and Jim Morrison are buried. It's especially atmospheric in the autumn. If you want to visit the museums in Paris, entry is free for everyone on Sundays. Just keep in mind they will be more crowded than usual, but it's definitely an option if you don't have a big budget. Now let's talk about our favorite thing, food. We just got back from our annual trip to Paris, and let me tell you, we ate so well without blowing the budget. So let's kick things off with some authentic Parisian spots. If you're looking for a budget-friendly option, check out the Bouillons. These traditional Parisian spots let you enjoy classic French cuisine without breaking the bank. They're the perfect way to get a taste of authentic French flavors in a relaxed setting with stunning Belle Époque decor. The priciest one is Bouillon Racine, where you can still get a great meal and dessert for about 19 euros on their set lunch menu called a Formule Midi. Plus the staff is super friendly. The decor is definitely the main event though. Bouillon Johlene is another great option for both food and decor. But when it comes to food, our favorite has to be Bouillon République. We had incredible escargots for just 7 euros, steak frites with a mountain of fries, and a delicious bœuf bourguignon. For dessert, I had pain perdu with chantilly cream and warm caramel sauce, and mom had a giant profiterole drenched in chocolate sauce. There are plenty more to try like Bouillon Chartier, Bouillon Pigalle, and others. As you can see, we're definitely on a mission to try them all. For something more fancy, we highly recommend Le Train Bleu. It's pricey, but so worth it for the experience. The iconic restaurant is in the Gare de Lyon train station, famous for its gorgeous Belle Époque decor and classic French dishes. You have to order the pavlova and millefeuille. Be sure to check out the blog post because we've listed a ton of other restaurants you can't leave Paris without trying. Now, let's talk about La Durée. If you've been researching things to try on your trip to Paris, you've probably heard of their macarons. In our opinion, it offers stunning Instagrammable decor. However, the macarons themselves are decent but overpriced. Pierre Hermé, another popular macaron shop, has more simple yet sophisticated decor and does make a great salted caramel macaron, but the best we've had are from Café Concerto, which we mentioned earlier. You can get there by entering next to the arch in the Jardin du Carrousel. If you're an Oreo lover, try the Oreo macaron. It's mouth-watering. But if that's not your thing, the other flavors are amazing too. Now, how about a day trip? If you want to feel like a royal Parisian or like Marie Antoinette herself, definitely visit Versailles for a day. And yes, you need the whole day. Fun fact, if you don't have time to visit Versailles, but want to see the same luxurious decor, visit the Louvre. Before becoming a museum, the Louvre was the main residence of French kings until Louis XIV moved to Versailles in the late 17th century. The Napoleon III apartments in particular feature decor similar to what you'd find in Versailles, with rich furnishings, chandeliers, and gilded details. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the two, and you can see what I'm talking about. Although this is not to say that Versailles shouldn't be on your bucket list. And of course, how could I not mention Disneyland Paris? A day trip to Disneyland is a fun and easy getaway from the city. You can reach the park by train, shuttle, or car, and there are different tickets depending on what you want to do. More info on the blog about that. If you're looking for the best spots for photos in Paris, there are a few must-visit locations. Number 1 is Avenue de Camoens. It's a hidden gem where you can snap great shots without big crowds, though you may have to wait your turn. Place du Trocadéro offers amazing views of the Eiffel Tower, but it can get busy. Our advice is to go early, or go when it rains. Rue de l'Université is another popular photo spot with a view of the Eiffel Tower, but it also tends to get crowded, so keep that in mind. For breathtaking views, head to the top of the Arc de Triomphe, like we mentioned, or the Seine bank by Maison, where you can enjoy a drink while taking pictures of the river. This is close to the Pont Neuf. Around the Louvre, you can capture fun shots holding the tip of the pyramid, or go to the Palais Royal or the Rue Crémieux, a street with colorful houses. Both of these are perfect for some fun photos. If you want a photo by one of Paris's most iconic bridges, go to Pont Alexandre III. This is one of the most beautiful bridges, but it can get crowded. So walk down just below it to the Porte des Invalides and get a picture of you on the bridge. Hopefully with these spots, you'll be able to get great pictures that you can share online. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and head over to our blog post where we give you a rundown on everything we covered in this video, plus some extra activities we didn't mention. If you need ideas for more places to visit during the autumn season in Europe, head over to our latest video where we share our top 10 places to visit in Europe during the fall.